What's up, you guys? How you feeling today? I am excited to be here. Have a seat. You guys look amazing, by the way. Give yourselves a hand for showing up today. I'm going to need a little help today because this is the first church I have spoken at since my grandfather passed away and was a Baptist pastor for 40-something years. Last church I spoke at was his funeral. My grandpa meant the world to me, man. Like, he is someone that I looked up to. Like, I would sit in church growing up and I would look up here and see him and think, man, I want to do that when I grow up. Now, instead of actually pastoring a church, now I'm like an insurance pastor, business pastor, right? Like, it's a ministry marketplace. I get to travel around the world doing this, but I believe God transferred his gift into me. I'm incredibly honored for the opportunity. I love NASB. I love Keith and Cole and Blythe and Dusty and Ashley, the whole group, man. Amazing group of individuals. Your company is awesome. Give it up for them. And I don't just say that lightly, by the way. Like, I say that as in, Keith, I travel all across industry, speaking at conferences everywhere. The energy in this room, the leaders and how much they care in this room, how much people are actually succeeding and they're helping new people actually make money is freaking amazing. Like, if you're new to this industry, if you're new to NASB, I don't know that you realize the opportunity that you have been gifted with, that you've been blessed with, the opportunity in this moment that you have. But I can tell you, after being around industry my entire life, after traveling the globe doing this is one of the coolest places in the entire industry, period. And if I didn't have your attention, hopefully I have your attention now. Who knows my story? By show of hands, who knows my story? Okay, by show of hands, who does not know my story? Also, by show of hands, who has no freaking clue who this dude is? Okay, got it. Dude, there's a decent amount of those. They're all sitting over here. Everybody else, like, on this side knew me. It was like, hey, we're going to separate it, okay? My story, I grew up in the industry. My dad's been in the business. My dad started in the business April of 1990. I was born July 9th of 1990. 34, I'm like middle-aged. I'm getting old. I remember, though, some old people are shaking their head. I can already see it, okay? I remember, though, growing up, and I was 16 years old, and I was supposed to go to a little Apple Market grocery store to get the carts out of the parking lot and, like, stock, the bag, like stock the shelves, help people, like, put their groceries together and all, mop the floors at 10 o'clock, all the stuff. Who remembers those days where you were, like, waiting tables, or you were bartending, or you were working a grocery store, or you were doing, like, all this different stuff, right? When I'm 16 years old, I'm supposed to go to work at Apple Market grocery store between 4 and 10 o'clock, part-time. It's 3:30. I do not feel well. I'm actually throwing up. I don't want to show up. Who's felt that where you're like, bro, I don't know that I always want to show up. There's days where I don't want to show up. We've all been there. I go to my dad. I'm like, hey, I'm not feeling well today. I'm thinking about calling in. He taught me a very valuable lesson that day that I'm about to teach you. He said, you do whatever you want to do, but you know what I would do. I'm like, dang, dude. I'm like, okay, fine. I'll go to work. I go to work at my grocery store. I'm not saying this is like popular post-COVID, but 16 years old, right back in 2006, I'm going to the grocery store, throwing up in the bathroom during my 6-hour shift. What was the lesson? The lesson is that no matter how you feel, you have to show up. Step one is success. This is not part of my notes, but step one of success is showing up. Even when the days where you are sick, where you are broken, when you've had stuff happen in your life, even when somebody passes away, or you're like, dude, I just don't got it today, or maybe you're a lack of confidence, maybe your bank account's super low, maybe one of your family members just got diagnosed with cancer. There's so many days we do not feel like showing up. But guess what? That's the days that you have to show up. Because when I get in at 3 o'clock in the morning, traveling from a conference, and I got to speak it and do this at 7 o'clock in the morning, and I get 2 hours of sleep, and you better believe I don't feel like showing up that day. My grandfather is looking down from heaven saying, are you going to show up today? Are you going to show up today? Are you going to show up today? And you better believe it. I am going to show up, because I was taught a valuable lesson that no matter what happens, amateurs listen to their feelings. Professionals don't. It's a big difference. That's a big difference. And we got a bunch of people who would like to be a professional, but who believes that you're not actually playing at a professional level yet? Be honest. You're like, dude, I'm figuring this thing out. I love it. I'm doing okay, but I'm not. And appreciate that, right? Feel like I'm in church. I see that hand. I see that hand. You get to choose whether you show up. You get to choose the feelings that affect you and what you think when those feelings are happening. So at 16 years old, I learned a valuable lesson. Then fast forward, I'm 19. I'm an intern at a local Mutual of Omaha insurance office. And I'm watching guys make some money. And this cat over here is making $2,000 a week. He's like 98 years old and he can barely talk. And I'm like, what is going on over here, bro? I'm like, if this, anybody else competitive in the room, you're like, you did it. Or you believe if somebody else can do it, you can too. Yes. Can you relate? I'm like, if this cat can make some money, bro, I can too. So fast forward, I'm 20 years old. I'm in college, at a little Baptist Bible college. I'm taking 21 credit hours a semester, practices, games, tournaments, all that. Cold calling, cold door knocking, no leads. I made $117,391.13 in my first 8 months, and I fell in love with this industry while I was 20. Now, you know what's really cool is when I can go to a company where you've got a Lily Burton who's going to break Cody Askins' numbers while she's 20. Give it up for her. Also, how about these panels so far? Oh my gosh, dude, freaking amazing. Give it up for them. Absolutely incredible. Incredible. So I go make 117K, and there's a bunch of times I didn't want to show up, and I'm turning in applications at 11 p.m., at midnight, and 1 a.m. because I got college the next day. But I wasn't told you were supposed to make excuses because you didn't have time. Like, I wasn't told that. I didn't know any better. I just worked. And then I kept selling for years. Loved sales, loved insurance, loved doing the thing. And then December 29th of 2015, I started posting videos on YouTube to help insurance agents. I'm like, man, I think it's time to share my story. Like, I want to share my story. Guess what? Some of you guys want to share your story. You want to get so good at this that you learn how to share your story. You want to get so good at this that you help so many people around the planet. My company's vision is to help every insurance agent in the world. Period. I don't care where they work. I believe they were called to do something big, and this industry is extremely special because there's more millionaires in insurance than any other industry in the world, which means it's the right place. But I start shooting these videos like, hey, my name's Cody Askins. This is December 29th, 2015. Hey guys, my name is Cody Askins. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Welcome to the Cody Askins YouTube channel. Please subscribe below. Dude, and 15 seconds later, I ain't told anybody anything, and I'm surprised anybody kept watching. Let's be honest. Okay? That was then. The theme of the conference is what? It's what? It's what? That's evolving. That's evolving. Dude, when Keith was doing these events years ago, it didn't look like this. Guess what? You can't, as much as we love this venue, you probably can't have it here anymore. That's a good problem, by the way. That's a great problem to have. An amazing problem to have. So then I start posting videos. It grows very slowly. Who would like to build a brand and do more on social and share your story and your message and all those things? Okay, good. Because guess what? Also, I have some ground rules before I go back to the social thing. Can I share the ground rules? Because you guys are violating some of them already. Is that okay? Number one, this is not, I normally say this isn't like, we're not at a church or a funeral home, so, you can have some energy, but we are in a church. However, it's okay to have some energy. It's okay if you like something that I hear to say amen, especially because we're at church, or to get excited or say, you know what, I love that, or stand up or whatever. Okay, also, if one person claps, we all clap. Are we a family and a team or not? Dude, when I speak, I don't do the whole like random 2 claps in the corner thing. Like I'll just walk off stage. Like that's not how I roll. I told you energy is so freaking important for speakers. And guess what? The rest of the day when you're here, your energy matters because guess what? When you are up here sitting in a seat like Lily or Brittany, etc., and someone is sitting there learning from you, what would you like for them to give you? Or do you want them to just sit there? Or even worse. Or Would you prefer that they gave you energy? Because guess what? A bunch of you are going to end up here, yes? Who's going to end up on stage teaching other people and helping people at some point in the future, yes? Then start acting like it today. Start acting like it today. Dude, the social thing, I'm going back to the social thing. Like, I grew a grand 351 YouTube subscribers in the first 12 months of YouTube. That's terrible, by the way, okay? It's atrocious. It is not good. It is absolutely terrible. However, I kept at it. I kept pushing. I kept sharing. I stayed consistent even when no one was watching, even when people stopped listening because of how bad the freaking content was. Good value, maybe, but I didn't know how to deliver it. That's a whole nother message. How you deliver it matters, does it not? But I kept at it. I kept showing up, even when people would jump in the comments and make fun of Cody Askins. I kept showing up. Like, dude, I had a video a couple months ago or earlier this year, whatever, get a couple million views on YouTube. And it got a bunch of comments. I'm talking thousands and thousands and thousands of comments. Well, half of the comments are like, dude, you're a freaking scam, you're a fraud, like all this, like, I can't believe you're sharing this crap, this is garbage, all this stuff. Like half of the comments. And guess what? The video was about how I did, about the 5 things I do every single day. And I was talking about doing 100 push-ups a day back in 2023. Now, I realize you can't tell it now. However, okay, that's why also a lot of the comments were like, you're a fraud. You've never done push-ups in your life. Look at you, have no chest. You have no muscles. Are you freaking joking? Like, come on. Okay? Other half of the videos, dude, it's freaking amazing, man. You're pushing. That's awesome. I love that you're doing that. I'm going to start doing it too. You're inspiring me. I love the message. Which side do you think helped the video go to millions? The bad or the good? What if I said both? But you don't want the bad? But you want the good? But you don't want the bad? Dude, do I want a bunch of haters? No, but dude, nobody has more haters in insurance than Cody Askins. But that's okay because my heart is in the right place and I want to help as many people as I can. Is your heart in the right place? Yes or yes? I'm not even going to give it a no because I know it is. You're with NASB. Is your heart in the right place? Yes? If that is true, then stop worrying about all the haters and all the people that are pushing back on you. My mother-in-law, when I got started in the industry, she went to when I got married, she went to my wife and said, why doesn't Cody get a real job? Who's heard that one? Also, I'm making you work today with how much I'm moving, bro. Okay, give it up for our camera dude. I love this guy. Great guy. Who's also glad that I didn't go get a real job so that I could be standing in this moment sharing this with you and helping you today. Is that okay? But guess what? You're getting these things happen constantly. People are maybe motivating, inspiring, but maybe you're going home and some of these things are happening like we're hearing on the panel. Like, dude, I have no excuses compared to the stuff that's happening on the panel that they're sharing. None. And guess what? You don't either. Also, to get a little vulnerable that, hey, my life's not perfect because everybody assumes because we do millions of dollars a year and we've taken 6 companies to 7 figures and we have hundreds of thousands of agents that watch our content online, that my life is perfect. There's a website called bossnetworth.com that says Cody's worth 50 million bucks. Dude, Cody ain't worth 50 million bucks. Jordan Smith, maybe. Cody, no. Okay, for sure. Okay, for sure. However, I love Jordan. He's a buddy of mine. Also, when he plays basketball again and gets people together to play basketball, I want on that court. I'm just telling you. Okay, Casey in the back. Okay, stand up, Casey. Kaycee. Casey and I are going to be on that court. We'll take anybody 2-on-2. Give it up for Casey. Okay. People assume my life is perfect. Guess what? Dude, we all go through struggles. You just heard Cole talk about new levels, new levels, new. And they get bigger too. Literally last year, I had a marketing company that was a separate company. I had a business partner that was running and it was profiting around $1 million a month for years. And then it started losing early in 2023, that company started losing 6 figures a month. 6 figures a month. Don't think you think a little bigger? You're like, I don't want to think big like that. I get it. Okay. 6 figures a month losing. I go to him and I do, we got to do something about this. We got to fix this. And he's like, I go in his office, he's laying down on the couch. He's like, I want out. I'm like, dude, out and quitting is not in my vocabulary. That ain't how I roll. That ain't how Cody Askins is built. Cody Askins was built different. Guess what? You were built different, whether you realize it or not. Or you're building your different, even if you weren't. I go to my pastor. I'm like, man, dude, my partner wants out of this company. I don't know what I should do. He said, dude, you know what you should do? Because I said, I'm thinking about just letting it die. I'm ashamed to say I said that. My pastor said, do you want that to be your legacy? Do you want that to be your legacy? Do you want that to be your legacy? Because there's so many people in the room that came from a tough childhood, that came where there was abuse, that came where you were extremely poor. You didn't know where your next meal was going to come from. Being an entrepreneur, being an insurance agent, helping millions of people around the world and making a ton of money was not in your vocab. It was not in your brain. It was never here because of the life that you lived in the past. You couldn't see it happening for you in the future. It's time to embrace that. It's time to, you heard Cole talk about that too. It's time to embrace that. You heard Dusty talk about it. It's time to embrace that. It's time to embrace that. When are you going to embrace that and use it as fuel to go do something special? Because guess what? Somebody in your family tree is going to change the tree and the trajectory for generations to come. It might as well be you. Somebody's going to eventually change it. Somebody's going to change it. Somebody's going to get up when they don't want to. Somebody's going to invest in their business when they don't want to. Someone's going to drive all over the freaking state when they don't want to. And somebody is going to help a bunch of people and make so much money that the rest of the individuals that are born after them, their life is different because of the sacrifice that they made. Are you prepared to make the sacrifice? Are you prepared to go the distance? Do you want that to be your legacy, or do you want to write a new one? Because guess what? My dad changed our family tree and went on to make a bunch of money and help people. Dude, you know what I want to do? I want, when they say the word insurance, my last name is next. That's what I want. Because what most people don't know is my father was fired from corporate America when he was making about $1 million a year. And he had to start over. And I remember in that moment standing in my bathroom when my mom called me and said, hey, you may want to check on your dad. He was just let go. I'm like, he's number one in the company. We went from like 51st to first. What are we talking about? Let go. She says, corporate America for you. He started making too much money. He started making too much money. What are we talking about here? He was changing a lot of lives, helping a lot of people. He started making too much money? Guess what? NASB wants you to keep making more and more and more and more and more and more and more money. Money. They do. They're okay with that. And it's available. But I remember sitting in my bathroom on 533 Quell Run in Rogersville, Missouri, literally standing in my bathroom. I was about to get in the shower to go to work. My mom called, hey, your dad's been let go. I said, they're going to regret that. Because I was also working at the company too. But I was the up and comer that they didn't even know anything about yet. I said, man, they're going to regret this. I said, I'm going to help so many people in the insurance industry. Every single person in the industry is going to say, dude, that cat has helped me as much as anybody in the world. And our family is going to be known forever because of the impact that we choose to make. That's a different level of think. But what do you want your legacy to be? This is about evolving. How do you evolve? Well, guess what? When I talked about my partner wanted out of my company and my pastor said, hey, do you want this to be your legacy? To go back to that story, because I'm like, unprescribed ADHD and I freaking bounce all over the walls all the time, okay? However, to go back to that, I said, you know what? I'm gonna buy him out. He said, can you help it grow? I said, dude, I'll take that company to 10 million bucks. I promise. He said, you sure? I said, yes. But what ensued over the next several months where we're losing 6 figures a month, my mother gets diagnosed with cancer for the 3rd time. My father-in-law gets diagnosed with cancer for the 1st time. There's a moment a couple years ago where one of our business bank accounts had a negative $107,000 in it. Finances started to affect our marriage. Like, I'm telling you, like, trust me, I understand like, maybe I don't understand exactly where you're coming from, but trust me, dude, Cody still goes through struggles. The bigger everything gets, the more problems we face. But guess what? We ain't quitting. Quitting and throwing in the towel was never in the vocabulary. It's not. I'm going to talk about 5 E's. I'm supposed to be getting to my notes. I ain't even got to my notes yet, Keith. I'm like getting fired up and just thinking about stuff as I'm excited with you guys. Is this okay so far? Are you guys enjoying this, man? Yeah. 5 E's really quick. Number 1, embrace. The struggle is real. The struggle is real. It is time to embrace it. I was doing a boot camp a few months ago, and I had everybody in the boot camp stand up and share while they were there. And this young kid named Danny, he's like 22 years old. He traveled and drove to our office for the boot camp, and he stood up. And I said, tell everybody, Danny, tell everybody why you're here. And he looked at the room. He said, I want to be more than just potential. I'm like, dude, there's a cat I can help, man. When they want it like that, and they want to be more than just potential, I will do whatever it takes to help that person. Who else would do whatever it takes to help that person? Because that's what we're supposed to do. That's what we're called to do. That's what we're put on this earth to do. Embrace where you came from. Don't escape it. Embrace it. Embrace it. Embrace it. Because guess what? You're about to rewrite the whole script for how people know your family and the decisions you make and what you choose to do. Say embrace. NASB, are you going to sleep on me? I said, what? I said embrace. So much better, man. It's like you guys have a newfound energy. Number 2 is energy. It's the 2nd E, energy. Steve Harvey, when he was 22, he got fired from Ford Motor Company. Who's a Steve Harvey fan? I'm a big Steve Harvey fan, dude. I love Steve Harvey, man. I'm trying to get him to come to my 8% conference, by the way. Like, I love Steve Harvey. And Steve Harvey got started with Amway. After he was fired from Ford at 22 years old, he had his sponsor for Amway. They called him sponsors. His name was John Walker. Steve gets a call at like 5 a.m. He answers the phone. Steve, it's John Walker, buddy. Hey, how you doing? It's going to be an amazing day. Steve's like, bro, I'm asleep. Click. Next day, day 2. Steve, it's John Walker, buddy. Good morning. How you doing? It's going to be an amazing day. Click. Steve, it's John Walker, buddy. It's going to be an amazing day. John, I'm trying to freaking sleep. Click. This went on for 37 days in a row. 37 days in a row. Are you giving up on people too easy? 37 days in a row. Some people need a little more encouragement, a little bit more push. 37 days in a row. 37 days in a row. 37 days in a row. On day 37, he gets the call. Steve, it's John Walker. He said, yeah, bro, I know who it is. He said, dude, I got a question for you. He said, why do you have such a bad attitude? John asked Steve, why do you got such a bad attitude? He's like, I ain't got a bad attitude, bro. It's 5 a.m. I'm trying to sleep. He said, you get to choose your attitude. He said, you get to choose your energy. He said, you think you're not a morning person, but our goal is to wake up every single day. Cody Askins used to tell himself he ain't a morning person. That is you putting that in your head. You are whatever you want to be. We are limited by this. The number one thing that's got to stop is you talking negatively to yourself, because it affects your energy. Quit saying I'm not a morning person. Dude, you are whatever you want. I was telling myself I was a millionaire before 30 when I was 20. I was speaking that over my life. What are you speaking over your life? Guess what? Energy is magnetic. It attracts people into your world, does it not? Dude, Keith's freaking energy is attractive, bro. It is. Also, the rule, one clap, we all clap. Don't forget that, okay? It's magnetic. It's infectious. It attracts people. Whether it's consumers or agents, it attracts people into his life. What are you attracting into your life? Are you attracting I'm not a morning person? Or are you waking up and saying, dude, I am whatever I want to be. I'm about to change the game here. I'm about to rewrite the script. I'm about to fix this thing. My life's going to be different because decisions I make after today. Dude, you should not go back to your life and do the exact same things you're doing. You should change something. If you think your life can be better, you should change something. I'm just telling you. If you're getting up at 7, dude, try getting up at 6. If you're getting up at 6, try getting up at 5. Did I get up at 5 every morning and go play basketball almost every single day? Not while I'm here, because I didn't see anybody Casey could have schooled me, but the rest of you guys, I got you, okay? I already hear some rumblings, though. Some of you guys are a little competitive, man. I feel it. I hear it. My wife's a Duke fan. I don't know if that's good or bad in this room. I don't know. See? Energy. How is your energy? If you had to rate your personal energy throughout the day from a 1 to 10, what would you be honest and rate yourself? When it's 2 o'clock and you're like going to have freaking Taco Bell for the 72nd time this month, and you're like, I'm asleep, bro. It's 2 o'clock. I'm tired. I need to go home. I got to relax. I got to rest. Guess what? You get this day. What is today's date? October 11th, 2024. You get it how many times? Dude, to my knowledge, I think he's only going to give it to us once. Once. How are you going to spend it? Say energy. Next is effort. Effort. You embrace your past. You try to fix your energy. And then you start working. And you have some effort about yourself. My sister made $115,000 her first year in the insurance business. It was $2,000 short of mine, so I let her hear it all the time. However, she said there was one phrase, Cody, that you told me every single day when you were helping me as a new agent. She said it was the number one thing I thought about all the time. Who would like to know what I told her? No, I said, I'll tell you 12 in the back afterwards. Who else? Who would actually like to know what I shared with her? Dude, I told her these 4 words. I said, don't think, just do. Don't think, just do. Don't think, just do. Because guess what? When I'm broke, thinking isn't good. It's not, right? It's not. I don't want to offend anybody. Dude, it ain't good. Because guess what? All I'm thinking about is how I'm broke. If you're broke and the first thing you do is wake up and look at how broke you are every single day, dude, let's fix that, man. Let's go for a walk or something. Goodness gracious. Jeez, man. Like, some of you guys can admit you're still broke, but dude, you're about to change that. You're about to fix it. It's you. It's time. Say effort. You guys still enjoying this? You guys still with me? 4th E, example. Then you start becoming an example for other people. You embrace the past. You have the right energy. You start putting in the right effort. And then what happens after that? You become an example for your family and your friends and your agents and NASB, and the world starts to look at you because you are now an example for them. Who would like to be more of an example than you are today? I've still got some growing to do, but man, I love being an example for agents around the world. I'm not there yet, dude. I haven't arrived, and I hope I never do. But I want to become a better example for people who want to win in this world. Here's an example. I've been going to my church for the last 3 years, Courageous Church in Springfield, Missouri. My pastor and the dream team and the leaders at church were trying to get my wife and I to get involved in the church. I've been resisting getting involved in church because I'm traveling, I'm busy, I'm on stage, and I'm running around and all this stuff. They said, here's what we want you to do. I'm like, okay, maybe. They're like, here's what we want you to go greet people as they walk in. And if they're new, we want you to give them a mug. I'm like, what? Huh? No, but I'm Cody Askins. No. Have you not seen my YouTube channel? And I'm traveling and hanging out with Keith Thomas, and you want me to what? That's an ego problem. That's an arrogance issue. That's not being a very good example, is it? So guess what? I overcame that. I finally got involved at our church. My wife and I serve together every single Sunday at our local church, and we greet people as they walk in the door. We see if they're new, how long you've been coming here, and then, oh, we would love to gift you with a Courageous mug. Welcome to church for your first time. That's so amazing. You can tell I got the script down, man. Like, I got it, bro. Who thinks I could go back door knocking right now, man? I think I could do it. That's one of the highlights of our week. I was arrogant. I had an ego, and it kept me from doing something with my spouse that we absolutely love doing together. Now we serve at church every single Sunday when we're in town. And I try to fit my schedule so I can be back on Sunday so I can serve at church, at Courageous Church. Because guess what? I want to be an example. I don't want to be some arrogant that, like, you know what I mean? Like, I want to be an example. I want to be, my grandfather's still watching me. I want to be an example. I want to be an example. Who would like to be more of an example? But because you can. You can. Say example. You guys are with me, man. I love this. I could do this for hours, but I've got 6 minutes. Okay, so fifth E, evolve. Evolve. Dude, it's time to evolve. It's time to evolve. Say evolve. Say it, no. Like you actually mean that you want to evolve. I said say evolve. Like you actually want to evolve. Can you feel it when you say it, or are you just like, evolve? Evolve. No, evolve. I want to evolve. I love you guys, by the way. I'm sitting in my, am I still in camera view if I sit here for a second? Is that okay? He said, don't get off stage. I'm like, bro, I'm used to getting off stage, man, but I'll do my best. I sit in my car, truck now. I remember 9 years ago, 8 years ago, 7 years ago, sitting in my whatever I was driving at that point, and thinking, man, I would love to speak, but nobody's asking me to speak. I would love to help people, but nobody's asking for my help. I would love for our name to mean something, but it don't yet. And I would start picturing me speaking in front of hundreds and thousands and eventually tens of thousands and maybe, God willing, hundreds of thousands of people one day. But I had never spoke before. And I would just start bawling in my truck. Alone. I was igniting my passion to go do something special. I was igniting my passion to evolve. I was igniting my passion to make a difference. Because I love doing this. I've been dreaming about speaking at NASB for 5 years. I have. I'm going to share one quick story and then I'll, as pastors would say, I'll close this out. 72 times, but I'll close this out. A couple years ago, my parents were going to a family reunion in Little Rock, Arkansas. That's originally where we're from. And they go to this family reunion, and a long-lost aunt walks up to my family and says, do you realize, I wasn't there, my parents were there. They said, do you realize that there's a school in Independence, Mississippi that is playing Cody's videos for the kids? A public high school. And they're like, what? My mom's like, why? They called me, and I just emotionally lost it. I'm like, dude, I was creating those videos when I was in my little 10 by 10, 100 square foot office by myself, putting a video on a shelf, reading a note card, nervous as can be, by myself, like taking 42 takes to do a freaking video. Because I wanted to help agents. I wasn't planning on helping kids too. I wasn't. But we can never fathom how life good can really get when we finally start to dream. What I don't share when I'm on YouTube that I'll share today, because I know they watch my videos apparently, is that county. If you're from, I've met somebody from Mississippi. If you're from Mississippi, you can attest to this. It's the most economically disadvantaged county in the entire state of Mississippi, which is one of the, if not the most economically disadvantaged states in the entire country. But maybe it won't be. Maybe it doesn't have to be. Maybe I get to help change that and rewrite a bunch of stories of a bunch of kids that I never get to meet. I would say that's evolving. Your story is about to evolve. Your life is about to evolve. Your resilience is about to evolve. Your finances are about to evolve. Your faith is about to evolve. Your belief is about to evolve. Limiting beliefs are about to evolve and be gone. Because you have the ability to do that. How are you spending your time? Who are you listening to? What are you scrolling and watching when you don't think anybody's watching? But maybe they are. I don't know about you, but I want to keep evolving. Each and every one of you are far more special, designed far more for greatness than you could imagine along the way, and maybe you've been able to imagine so far. But I promise you, right now, it changes. Right now, it starts. Right now, it's different. Right now, everything changes. Right now, you make a decision. Right now, it starts to evolve. Because guess what? You get to choose how much you evolve. Who wants to evolve? I said, who wants to evolve? Who wants to finally evolve? NASB, I love you. It's time to evolve. Thank you, guys.